GM DAOs, Amir here. I'm one of the contributors at Retail DAO and the core team at CryptoEQ. Thanks for joining us today. I'm going to walk through the CryptoEQ dashboard, which is for you VIP members who hold more than 250,000 retail tokens. So first things first, make sure you create an account and connect your wallet that has those 250,000 retail. You get access to this full dashboard. So let's jump in and walk through it. First things first, here on the dashboard, you can see all the assets listed. They'll have their ticker, their change of price over the last 24 hours, and their market cap. And where the differentiation is on the dashboard is the next few items. Our core ratings, which is our proprietary weighting system on how risky and how safe we think these assets are. That's based on 10 categories. We'll dive into that later. A price signal, which is default. You're looking at the investor signal, which is a more longer term signal for that asset. A sentiment signal, we pull a bunch of resources, what's happening online. Alerts, which we'll get into, and then you can favorite each one. If you go a little bit lower, here are some topical articles that our team have recently produced and published. You'll get some today's news feed, and then you can look at some reports on emerging projects and topical ones that we've done recently as well. All right, now that we've given a quick overview of the dashboard, let's click into an asset and look a little bit deeper. So let's click into Bitcoin. On this page, you'll be able to filter through different things you want to look at and get research on and signals on. So the top thing here is going to be the assets you can select through in alphabetical order. Next is going to be the type of report you want to see. Our price reports, which would be the buy and sell zones. The core report, which is our institutional grade 10 category reports, our flagship product, and our center report, what's happening on the asset. So first, let's look at the price report. You'll get obviously a big signal here on the left telling you where it is with a timestamp. And then let's look back at Bitcoin on the investor signal on a year. And here you can see the signals performing really well on the when to trigger a buy and when to trigger sells. And so you can incorporate this if you're swing trading, if you're looking for really great entry points. That's the way I've used it for a lot of these assets. The next is going to be our day trader signal. So this is more designed for those who are trading on a weekly, daily basis. And you can look at the time horizons here. It's much shorter. The max 1 week and at the shortest 1 hour. And the same idea goes here, trying to find those optimal entry exit points. Next, let's go to our core report. So here is where you can find that flagship product, the due diligence reports on the assets we have listed on platform. So here, just an example, we're going to look at Bitcoin. Make sure you click on that full report button because that's going to give you the whole report, not just a preview. And as you can see here, it's completely full deep dive into Bitcoin over these 10 categories up here. Now, as a reminder, everything that's on that dashboard that has a core report is objectively provided. So nobody paid us to do those reports, so you're getting a true objective opinion on a fundamental level on all these assets. A little bit more on the dashboard from the core rating. The rating is those 10 categories weighted a little bit different, proprietary, and we give out this rating. So a unique thing is also those signals, you can create alerts. Let's talk about setting your alerts. So here at the top right, you can set your alerts. So I already have these assets are what I'm looking at. And you can click here on the settings. You can set up each individual signal to your preference. So I want to be triggered anytime Aptos has a buy signal. You can also do on the day trader or the sentiment alerts as well. So you can click in here, add any alert that you want. Another simple way to do that is you can go back to the dashboard. And remember that alerts tab, little button at each one, you can turn it on or off. So one thing of note, like here, just an example that we can walk through right now, is if I want alerts on Hedera. So I click Hedera on, and I go to my set alerts, it'll pop up here. And remember the default settings, you'll get the investor signal, both buy and sell, right? And if you want to customize, you just have to click in and come here and do that. And then lastly, one thing I want to show you all is a premium portal. Here in the portal, you can join our telegrams where you get some really good alpha from our analysts. And then also you can use that search bar tool here as well to find topical items and look through our library of resources when it comes to research. So once again, all the DAOs, appreciate you being VIP members of the DAO and looking forward to seeing you in the chat, and have a good one.